It's the bros. Nice to meet you. Honestly, though, I think this might be the first time that the Three Stooges are together. Like, I don't think it's ever just been the three, the three boneheads. But
Yeah.
You mean
we had the other toxic
You
one.
mean two? You mean the two idiots?
You're the biggest
Thing
one.
one and thing
You're the
two.
biggest
Thing
one.
one and thing
You're
two.
the biggest
Y'all are
bonehead. You're the biggest one.
right.
The diva.
Right.
The diva. You
Right.
call yourself a diva.
Yeah.
Sue me.
You do.
Sue me.
You do.
Sue me. Sue me.
No, you
Hey, I'll
need
go
to
for
everybody saying Bum Simmons. You should have trademarked it. But anywho, speaking of basketball, and you know I'm right. You should have trademarked it. Anywho, the question of today is, and the Celtics fan is just bogarting his way to talk first. So first of all, y'all lost.
Look at me. My name is Nick. I think I'm a Billy Bad Joe because I'm a Celtics fan. Ew.
Yep. We haven't won a championship in like a decade.
Yeah, and when have the Bulls won a championship?
Your mom.
All right then. Keep your comments to yourself if you can't produce the rings.
So we'll see how far our teams get this year. All right. Anywho, question is
first round exit.
The question is
first round exit.
Make the playoffs. The question is Jaylen Brown underrated? And is Jayson Tatum overrated? I say that.
Okay.
Hold on, Nick. Hold on. Let me give some more backstory. I say that because, one, we know these two are pretty much the head of the franchise. Where that team goes is going to depend on those two men's shoulders. Pretty much. We've seen that happen. Jaylen Brown got hurt. That team wasn't the same. Easy. No one's denying that. I'm looking at their stats here. Both of them are improving drastically every single year. And you want to talk about somebody. Now, we knew Jayson Tatum was offensively gifted even before he started averaging 20 points per game. But Jaylen Brown, we have witnessed his game literally go from I'm a two-way guy and I mostly play defense, but my offensive bag really ain't there. I'm just an athlete. To now, his bag is deep. Jaylen Brown's bag is deep. Now, the question is, and you can honestly go any which way with this, Nick. I don't know how you want to go with, but it's like you can say, who do they need more? Who's the better player? Like, is the franchise better off trading one of them and just focusing on one guy as opposed to keeping two? Like, there's a lot of different routes you can take with this one. But Nick, go ahead, bro.
All right, so to answer both of your questions, Jaylen Brown is not underrated and Jayson Tatum is not overrated. The reason why I say this is this. Jaylen Brown has been like that. Jaylen Brown has obviously been a freakish athlete ever since he got into the NBA. He's been emerging as an emerging offensive threat. Obviously, he had 46 in the first game of the season. Like, whether two overtimes or not, dude had 46 points. And dude was absolutely balling. And obviously, Jayson Tatum hit his stride offensively a little bit earlier than Jaylen Brown. So he took a lot more of the spotlight from Jaylen Brown because Jayson Tatum was in his bag earlier than Jaylen Brown in his career. Obviously, Jayson Tatum came right in as a rookie and started balling. Jordan dunked on LeBron James in the Eastern Conference Final. He made his trademarks. He made his headlines going throughout the beginning few years of his season. Of his career. Well, obviously, now that Jaylen Brown's starting to hit a stride, it's like, oh, okay, now you have two guys that are just as equal counterparts scoring the ball. So it's like, who do you give the rock to? I mean, at this point, Jayson Tatum has his bad games where he goes like 2 for 10, 2 for 10 for the 3-point line. He has those kind of games, but he's going to give you better games than he does worse games. Jayson Tatum is going to. He's gonna have bad shooting games. But I mean, who doesn't have bad shooting games?
Is he though? Because outside of that 50-point game against the Nets, where was he? He got hurt in one of those games. Besides that, where was he?
I mean, yeah, you have a point. But also, I mean, if you think about it,
oh my God.
If you think about it from a realistic standpoint, the Celtics didn't have a chance going into that series. If we're being honest, a fully healthy Brooklyn team A fully healthy Brooklyn team with Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving. They, obviously they got Blake Griffin later in the season. They were acclimating him into their rotation as well. So, to be honest, without the help of Jaylen Brown, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on Jayson Tatum. And obviously, I mean, there's only so much he's going to be able to do as a single player. Yes, he could have done more, but at the end of the day, was it going to even matter anyways? Because, like, if he puts up better games, yeah, they'll get close, but will they even come out of that series?
It wouldn't have been an easy out. Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been easy out as easy as it was. They could have been they could have been a more competitive out if he would have had better games. But I think we all know that the talent was just going to overwhelm the Celtics at the end of the day because, I mean, there's only so much, like I said, there's only so much Jayson Tatum can do by himself going against Kevin Durant and all them. Like, there's only so much he can do as one person.
Okay, let's exclude the teams and let's look at the players. Who needs who more? Jordan, answer. Remember the first question is Jaylen Brown underrated and is Jayson Tatum overrated? But also, I want to ask you this. Who needs who more to be successful? Does JT need JB more? Or does Jaylen Brown need Jayson Tatum to be more successful? What do you think?
Which one you want to answer first? The overrated, underrated, or either or?
You choose. Go ahead.
Well, that last question, it's a no-brainer. JB needs Jay Tatum more. And it's only because I've been saying this ever since Kyrie was there. Those two are the face of the franchise. Me personally, I feel like they don't need to trade Jaylen Brown. I was even blessed when they was even talking about having those with him. They feed off of each other so well when they both on the court. Like, you can't take one bad game away from Tatum because honestly, Tatum is like one of the most gifted offensive scorers in the game right now. And if you know basketball, then you know that his bag, he has a whole arsenal in his bag.
He's going to give you more good games than bad.
And in regards to Brown been working on his offensive game ever since Kyrie was there. People don't realize Kyrie helped him get his bag. That's the thing people don't realize. Kyrie helped Brown get, because at first he was a slasher. They used him on the perimeter. He wasn't an outside scorer. They used him on the perimeter. Now that he has that offensive arsenal, it's going to be real hard for teams to stop the two-headed juggernaut. Now, in regards to the first question, I've been saying this for the past 3 seasons.
3?
Jaylen Brown is underrated. I've been saying that. And it's only because, as Ray once said, the man points per game has literally went skyrocket each year. He improved.
You want to hear the stats? You said the past 3 seasons. You want to hear the stats?
I already know. You got to tell me.
If you know the stats, I'm going to let the people know. For the people who ain't been watching Jaylen Brown. 2018, 13 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 1.4 assists. Solid. Good role player. Here's where it gets nasty. 2019, 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. And here's where you see his offense just taking off. And let's not even talk about his 46 points against the Knicks this week. But last year, basically 25 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists a game.
So that goes back to my question of when we had that conversation of how's he not part of the top 10 shooting guards of the league. Like, I don't understand that. I really don't. How can you not put him in there? Because when he's healthy, the proof is in the pudding. Prime example, last night. Prime example, the past 3 seasons. Yeah, he got hurt last season, but when he wasn't hurt, Boston was a tough team to beat in the East.
Yeah.
Boston was definitely a tough team to beat in the East. So it's like both of them go hand in hand. I wish that both of them get the amount of touches they both need because I do feel like they feed too much into Tatum.
It's only
I do honestly feel like they feed Tatum sometimes.
And see, that's what I was saying. I don't think Jaylen Brown is necessarily underrated. It's just
that man's underrated. The
spotlight's been on Jayson Tatum ever since they both got in the league together.
Jordan already pointed out to it. Y'all can go back to our old video I don't think anybody like besides Jordan. I don't think anybody had Jay Brown in their top 10. I know I didn't, and I feel ashamed that I didn't.
Like,
Man's a hooper.
The man is a baller, bro.
Man
it's ridiculous.
The reason why I don't say he's underrated is because I know how good he is. Like, I watch the Celtics all the time. I know he's good. I know he's a baller. And so I'm just saying, I think they give a lot more credit to JT instead of, they give a lot of credit to Jayson Tatum.
They definitely respect Brown. They definitely respect Brown now.
Him. That's what I'm saying. I look at it. They give Jaylen Brown his credit. I'm just saying they deserve to give him more credit because he is absolutely thriving right now.
Underrated. That is the definition of underrated. He deserves more credit than he's getting.
He's definitely.
He's not underrated in my opinion. Like, he's not underrated to me, but he may be underrated to everybody else.
And still saying he's not underrated.
I'm saying he's not underrated to me because I know his talent. I know his value. I know what he brings to the table. But to other people, he may come off as underrated because of Jayson Tatum. I know those two were equal counterparts when they got into the league. Jayson Tatum just started flourishing earlier than Jaylen Brown did.
Here's the thing. I put it like this. Jayson Tatum is not overrated. He deserves every rating he gets. He deserves everything that comes his way. I will say he's overhyped.
That's the word I was probably looking for because he does get a lot of attention and spotlight.
I think he's overhyped. And because of that, Jaylen Brown isn't getting the recognition he deserves.
That's literally what I was saying. All the spotlights on Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown's not getting the recognition he also deserves. It's not that he's underrated. He's just not getting the recognition because of all the hype around Jayson Tatum.
Yeah. No. That we can.
That's the point. That's the point I was making. Jaylen Brown has never been underrated. He's always been that guy.
That's not true though. Like, ever since that 19th season, like, people definitely respect Brown, and anybody across the league will say Brown definitely improved his game in regards to him being an offensive player. Only thing different about Brown is he just upped his jump shot. That was the only thing he was lacking. He had
his three-point percentage.
Yeah, like
it's not even his three-point, bro. If you watch his game against the Knicks, his pull-up game is nasty now. Because you have to respect.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
his strength,
that man's jumper.
You got to respect that now. And we talked about JT. Now the Celtics just need to find a balance, and it's an 82 game season now, so they'll figure it out. But if we going off of their game against the Knicks earlier this week, bro, what's the name? They each had 30 shot attempts. Each of them had 30. JT just had an off night.
It was just an off night, and you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that from him. You're not going to get that all the time.
Like, I'm talking my talk.
That's really all they come down to.
JT just had off night. They each had 30 shot attempts. So if they can,
I don't know about him being overhyped though. That's kind of a stretch because like that dude's like literally one of the most gifted offensive players.
Well, yeah, and that's the reason why I'm not. There's a lot of attention and spotlight around Jayson Tatum. It's not even the hype. It's really he's got that spotlight on him.
This is how
Brown's just kind of in the shadow.
This is how I look at Tatum though. Like, it's a lot of one-on-one players that you could tell, isolate one-on-one players that's in the league. Tatum is one of those players.
Yeah, for sure.
Tatum is definitely one of those players. So it's like he's definitely going to be tough to guard. Like, hell, even when I don't think he could have did anything more than he could last year against the Nets, bro. The man literally was getting triple teamed. What do you want? He's not Kobe. The man was literally getting triple teamed, bro. Like, come on, Ray. You know that more than anybody. The man was getting triple teamed, dog. He couldn't do more than what he could. Like,
you know who could have helped? Who's no longer a Celtic?
Oh wow. Here we go.
Cardiac Kimba. Where was he at? Hey, I just had to throw that in there because that's
funny that him and Fournier is on the same team. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
That is crazy.
Anyways, man, y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think. I mean, you really can't go wrong with either one, dog. How you gonna join at the end? How you gonna join at the end? How that happen?
He came in to prove a point and leave.
Because the show is over. Y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think, man. Y'all let us know if y'all think Jayson Tatum's overrated or if you think Jaylen Brown is highly underrated. I think we can all agree besides Nick, for even though he's basically a definition, Jaylen Brown's underrated. Give that man his flowers while he's still improving, because there's no telling what his ceiling is. We know who Jayson Tatum is. We are starting to get woke up to who Jaylen Brown is. I hope y'all let us know what y'all think. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and tune in for more videos. And don't be like JT. Don't show up late to a function. Peace. Really hope y'all enjoyed the video today. If you haven't already, please make sure to check out the rest of our page and check out all of our content. Make sure to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. See y'all later.